Here are 10 signs you need to eat more protein. High protein foods are essential for health and well-being, but only when balanced with other beneficial foods and an approach that promotes well-being. This, of course, is the reason there is so much backlash and confusion about high protein diets. Unhealthy behaviors such as being sedentary and diets composed of processed proteins but lacking in plants are the norm. These are high protein diets done wrong. I'll give you signs that you could benefit from increasing your protein intake and how you can do so safely. Number 1, if you're trying to lose body fat, increasing your protein intake is the best place to start if your goal is fat loss because it protects muscle mass, increases energy use, and is sustainable because it reduces hunger. The amount of protein you need will be a result of activity levels, goals, and preferences. But a general recommendation is 1.6 to 2.2 grams per pound of body weight. Athletes may need to go higher if they are in a severe calorie deficit. Plan meals around the biggest bang for your buck protein sources, meat, eggs, fish, protein shakes, etc. Because studies show that people who eat a threshold dose of 10 grams of essential amino acids per meal are leaner and have less belly fat. Be sure to balance protein intake with high fiber vegetables to reduce inflammation and improve gut function. Number 2, if you have constant food cravings. Food cravings, especially the desire for high carb foods like bread, chips, or sweets, are often an indication of unstable blood sugar. Compared to carbs, eating foods high in protein leads to more moderate elevations in blood sugar to keep cravings at bay. In addition, animal protein provides a number of nutrients that help prevent obsessive thoughts about food. For example, carnitine is an amino acid that is responsible for the transport of fat into the cells to be used for energy into the body. Without adequate carnitine, your body will be slow to burn fat. Energy levels will drop, increasing your desire for high-carb foods that raise blood sugar quickly. Number 3, you're tired in the afternoon. Many people make the mistake of reaching for a high-carb snack when they feel that afternoon drowsiness coming on. Bad choice. Research shows that protein, not carbs or sugar, stimulates the brain cells responsible for keeping us alert and burning calories. Number 4, trouble sleeping. There are a number of ways that getting adequate protein can improve sleep. First, sleeping through the night requires the body to burn fat rather than glucose. But when you eat a higher carb diet, your body is not metabolically flexible. It will be only accustomed to burning carbs, and you will end up waking up every few hours in search of a carb fix. A recent study illustrates that people with a high protein intake slept better and woke up less frequently during the night compared to those with a high carb intake. Number 5, muscle joint soreness. The amino acids in protein are necessary for the body to repair damaged tissue, both muscle and connective tissue that surrounds the joints. This is why athletes need more protein than your average sedentary person who experiences little muscle damage. Best results will come from eating animal proteins because they contain all the essential amino acids and are high in leucine, the most important amino acid for protein synthesis. They also contain collagen and other nutrients that are used by the body to repair and build cartilage, tendons, and ligaments. Brain fog. Protein is a vital brain food. For instance, the omega-3 fat DHA, carnosine, creatine, and vitamin B12 are all nutrients that are only available from animal protein and are indispensable brain nutrients that cannot be attained from plants. Extra protein may be most important in cases when cognition is failing for some reason, such as in the case of ADD, when we are sleep deprived and as we age. Most important is to have a high protein meal for breakfast to set up your neurotransmitters acetylcholine and dopamine for a productive day. Number 7, if you get sick a lot. Protein provides a variety of compounds that are necessary for immune function and healing. For example, glutamine is an amino acid that is critical for wound healing and immune function. Stress, intense exercise, or nutrient deficiencies can deplete the body's stores of glutamine and compromise your immune system. If you have poor immunity, try increasing your protein intake with whey. Whey protein is a great supplement protein source that has antimicrobial and inflammation-fighting properties. It provides glutamine and has been shown to improve gut function during critical illnesses. Whey will also improve metabolic function by increasing insulin sensitivity and moderating blood sugar tolerance. Number 8, if you're constantly stressed. A high-stress lifestyle raises the hormone cortisol, which leads to cravings for indulgent foods high in fat and sugar. Eating protein can lower cortisol and reset your entire hormonal cascade. After you eat a protein-rich meal, cortisol is reduced, as is the hunger-causing hormone ghrelin. A hormone cascade follows a few hours later, and you get a decrease in insulin and an increase in leptin, decreasing hunger. Number 9, you're anxious or depressed. Amino acids in protein provide the building blocks for production of dopamine and acetylcholine that prevent depression. In addition, animal protein provides taurine, which is an inhibitor amino acid that reduces anxiety and promotes a sense of calm. A major pitfall for vegan diet is the lack of taurine, which often leads to anxiety issues in non-meat eaters. Vegans and anyone who suffers from anxiety will benefit from supplementing with taurine up to 500 milligrams. Number 10, if you're a vegetarian, we know that the body cannot use vegetable-derived protein sources from beans, grains, and plants as efficiently as animal proteins. Simply a higher total protein intake is needed to achieve the same physiological effects if you rely on plant-based proteins. In addition, unless you eat eggs, you'll be hard-pressed to get optimal levels of the amino acid leucine, which we know is the most powerful stimulator of protein synthesis. Seeds, soy, and some vegetables like watercress do contain leucine, but the concentration is very small compared to whey protein or eggs. Simply a higher protein intake is needed to achieve the same physiological effects if you rely on plant-based proteins. If you want to learn more, DM me the word Forever Fit. Ciao.